Absolute warrior he is. I mean, he started that race 15th. Was it lap 2 that he took the lead? Lap 3 maybe, but who cares? Frankly, who gives a damn? He certainly won't care, because that was incredible. Absolutely incredible. One of the most brilliant performances I've ever seen.
Stories everywhere you look in that sprint. Morbidelli, a fine fourth. He was looking at one point as if he could actually win that himself. He had to make do with fourth. Marquez Bagnaia completed your top 6. Vinales, the sole point scorer for Aprilia in that sprint, 7th, although he was only 2.6 seconds off winning it. Martin took 8th from this man on the final lap. A shrug once again. Disappointment for Fabio Quartararo. He takes the final World Championship point in 9th.
Is there a dark room nearby? Because I need to lie down in one, because that was just absolute. I feel trained. I don't know about these guys. They get to do it all over again over the full distance tomorrow, don't they? You're not going to want to miss it, are you? 25 laps, the Michelin Grand Prix of Argentina. We should say congratulations. Okay, yes, it's in the sprint, but it's a first Premier Class podium for Luca Marini. He just looks like he might have run out of grip late on there. Binder and Bezzecchi were just that little bit stronger in those last 2 or 3 laps, but full credit to Marini, because he had to get his elbows out at times as well to take that 3rd place. But coming back into Parc Ferme, I can't wait to hear what this man's going to say to Simon Crafar after that one, because, well, there are no superlatives left, are there, to describe what Brad Binder just did out there. Great scenes as well down the factory Yamaha garage, because, as you mentioned, this guy has come in for some stick from inside the paddock, from the fans, from the media, and that was a big confidence boost for Frankie Morbidelli. He made the early running, just couldn't quite hang in there, but still somehow defended against Marquez, Bagnaia, Vinales. They're telling Brad Binder here, aren't we? We're having a different post-sprint ceremony here, because obviously it was on the grid in Portimao, but to sort of bring them closer to the heart of the action, bring them closer to the fans, it will take place in the paddock. This was the start. Let's keep a close eye on number 33s. There on the far left-hand side of your picture, starting from 15th place. And this is going to be, as we said, the proverbial hot knife through butter. He's already thrown Alex Rins on the inside of Vinales and the latest Spargo in the first corner. Then he gets on the inside of the 2 Prima Pramac Ducatis. Next in his eye line was Pecco Bagnaia, and then out of absolutely nowhere, he gobbled his way through the field again and took the lead, coming through turn number 11 against Frankie Morbidelli, and then defended superbly late on. Marco Bezzecchi, well, he threw everything he had at it to try and take that sprint win. That was how close it was, and that's how pumped Brad Binder was. No problem with the pain in the neck there as he celebrates coming over the line. Astonishing, great entertainment, great show, just what we hoped it would be in the sprint. It has not disappointed. Binder takes it. Bezzecchi and Marini are your top 3.
Adrenaline is the best painkiller, and there's no adrenaline rush quite like the Tissot Sprint in MotoGP. We've had 2 of them already, and I cannot wait for the remaining 19 that we have to come. Alex Marquez from pole position, of course, gets another chance from pole position tomorrow afternoon over the full 25 lap distance. 5th for him, just as he was in the Sunday race 1 week ago. He's certainly enjoying life at Cressini, but the celebrations can begin. In KTM, their weekend is made already, and Brad Binder, it almost feels unfair that he has to go from 15th again tomorrow.
Well, they'll sleep well tonight, even if there's a 1,000 fans revving engines outside his hotel room, which is par for the course here in Argentina. Marco Bezzecchi, that's been a great week for him, hasn't it? 2nd in the Grand Prix in Portugal. It looks like Marco Bezzecchi's here to stay as a front runner in both the sprint and the Grand Prix. But these scenes here with Red Bull KTM Tech 3, don't pat him too hard, let's forget he's got a bit of a problem with his neck, but no pain, no gain. And Brad Binder gained so much. Well, he gained 14 places in that race. Absolutely brilliant.
What a day for the Mooney VR46 team. 2nd and 3rd for them. Bezzecchi, as you say, just needed one more lap, arguably one more corner, and he might well have passed Brad Binder. But confidence to take into the full-length Grand Prix tomorrow. Of course, our first full-length race of the season last weekend. Marco Bezzecchi finished on the podium. He moves to within 3 points of Maverick Vinales in the World Championship. It's easy to forget the World Championship picture in the grand scheme of things. Bagnaia's lead is 13 points. Here is what happened very early on in proceedings as the 2 teammates almost make contact. In fact, they do make contact. That is where some debris, some winglet falls off Bezzecchi's Ducati.
Yeah, that was just one of several moments of contact. in a race that already will live long in the memory. The Tissot Sprint. Well, we built it, we've hyped it as Super Saturdays, and for that very reason, because that man there, what an animal. An overtaking machine in that race. Brad Binder is used to a few scraps coming through the Moto3 and Moto2 system, but that's going to be one of the biggest smiles you'll see in Argentina right now. You can see on just in the background there, his crew, his data engineer, Tex Geiser, former 125 GP winner himself. There's his crew chief, Andres Madrid. Mark Lloyd on the right-hand side of your picture there, one of the tech gurus on the Binder camp. What an incredible sprint that was. Can't wait to hear the thoughts of our top three men. Let's get the views of Luca Marini after his third place. He's with Simon.
Luca, what a great ride. Please tell us about your race.
Yeah, tira, lanza. Especially a great start, I think. Now in this MotoGP, especially in the sprint, you must start in front and start well. So I was fully focused on that side, because then it's very difficult to overtake and everybody has a fantastic space. So I'm really satisfied and really happy about this result, because after Portimao weekend was not easy. It was a nightmare, and be here now with this great result is fantastic. But it will be more difficult for tomorrow, because I don't think that I have the pace for fight for the podium tomorrow. Will be difficult, but I will try to make another good start, and then we will see.
Luca, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job that by Luca Marini on the Mooney VR46 Ducati team. A memorable Saturday for them here in Termas de Rio Hondo. This was a late charge from Marco Bezzecchi. Once he got through on the second to last lap, wasn't it? Through on Marini, he was just under 0.8 of a second, Bezzecchi at that point behind Binder. And he reeled him in. That's how quick he was. That's how good Bezzecchi's late race pace was. There'll be a nice embrace here between the two teammates. It got tight, it got close between them at times, particularly early on at turn number 5. But both of them on the podium, wherever Valentino Rossi's watching that sprint. I'm sure he's a little bit hoarse himself now as well. Big smiles and Bez back on the podium here in the sprint with Simon.
Marco, I said to Paolo on the grid that you'd be a very difficult man to beat, because you looked so good today. In my opinion, the fastest man, and you were. How difficult was it to get to the front?
Yeah, it was very nice. Unfortunately, you know, the bagarre in the beginning was really tough, and I lost some time. But anyway, I had a lot of fun. I was very strong, and at the end I could recover many positions, and I almost made it to Brad, but he was a little bit better than me on the last lap. So anyway, I'm very happy. I want to say thanks to all the team and Ducati, because they made an unbelievable job. And also thanks to all the fans. It's always fantastic to come here in Argentina, and tomorrow we try again.
Marco, congratulations.
Yeah, that's the good news, isn't it? Tomorrow he gets to try again. We get the full-length Michelin Grand Prix of Argentina tomorrow. Top job that by Marco Bezzecchi. This was a move on the inside of his VR46 Academy colleague, Frankie Morbidelli, who did somehow resist the late charge of Marquez Bagnaia and Vinales to hold on to that 4th place. Big morale boost for Morbidelli, finishing 5 spots ahead of his teammate Fabio Quartararo. But there's only one man to talk about, isn't it? At the end of that Tissot sprint over 12 heart-stopping laps here in Argentina. Let's hear from him then. The sprint king in Termas. It's Brad Binder with Simon.
Brad, when the lights go out, you never fail to show your hunger, determination and skill. How did you do that?
Yeah, I should have surprised myself a little bit there. What a start. Got super tight in turn 1 and just tried to hug the inside. And then, yeah, just one at a time, and I tried to say, okay, if I go to the front and I fight like hell, there's a good chance I can maybe stay there. So the plan worked out perfectly. I could hear the boys right behind me in the last lap, so I had to keep blocking. But yeah, thanks so much to my team. The step they made from yesterday was unreal. My bike worked fantastic. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how we manage tomorrow.
Brad, you're unbelievable. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
He really is unbelievable. That's another good word to describe that man's performance. Like he said, he thought he'd get a good start, push like hell, and see where that took him. And it took him to first in P1 at the checkered flag. So many great battles. So much tension throughout that race, and at the end of it, Pekka Bagnaia comes out on top in terms of the championship. Bagnaia a solid 6th place for him. He was only 2.5 seconds back. There's congratulations from Binder's factory KTM teammate Jack Miller. Of course, now both Miller and Binder have led both sprints so far in 2023. So the KTM working well over the shorter distance as we get to start our first, or our second of the season, Tissot Sprint podium ceremony.
Get the medals to be provided. They all deserve a medal after that one. What entertainment it was. Brad Binder shakes hands with Marco Bezzecchi and Luca Marini. Credit to Bezzecchi, could quite easily have sent a last corner lunge up the inside, too far back in the end, so he settled for second. Piero Taramasso, Michelin Motorsport 2-wheel manager, of course regularly we hear from him, giving us all the info from a tyre point of view. Hands over the bronze medal for Luca Marini, his first sprint podium. Can he, of course, challenge for a first Grand Prix podium tomorrow? He doesn't think so, but still plenty of time for that to change. The president of Tissot Argentina, sponsors, of course, of this Saturday sprint. He gives the silver medal to Marco Bezzecchi. It's his second top 3 finish, of course, in the first 3 opportunities he's had this season. And Pedro Venturo, the FIM Latin America president, the gold medal goes to Brad Binder from 15th to 1st. Sensational in the Saturday sprint from the South African.
We just paused there while that music was playing because me and Lewis need to catch our breath here at the comedy box. There are your race-winning selfies. That's going to look super sweet, isn't it? There's some flares gone off there, down from some Valentino Rossi fans, no doubt, from back in the day. The VR46 Academy and Mooney VR46 have had a super Saturday. Wow, already super excited, looking forward to the sprint in Austin in 2 weeks' time. They get to kiss the gold medal. What a ride that was by Brad Binder. Absolutely superb. His crew, quite rightly, revelling in the glory. Dorna's CEO, Carmelo Espeleta, comes down to pass on his congratulations. There was a few sceptics out there, weren't they, sort of saying, oh, we don't need the sprint, you know, the Grand Prix, that's the tradition.
Can't imagine a weekend without it now.
Blimey, I mean, we've only had 2 sprints, and both of them have been rip-snorting entertainment. Absolutely nothing but pure box office. Thankfully, there's another 19 of them in 2023. Don't drink too much of that Prosecco, boys and girls, at Red Bull KTM, because you're going to have to do twice as much work tomorrow over the 25-lap full race distance here in the Michelin Grand Prix of Argentina. But enjoy those sips while you can, because special moment, great to see as well this new podium ceremony, bringing the MotoGP riders right into the heart of the action. You can see the fans there, 20-25 deep, enjoying the post-sprint ceremony. The photographers now getting their pictures for the websites and tomorrow's papers. What a show, what a sprint, what a new format. We always thought we were going to love the Tissot Sprint, but it has already exceeded our expectations. It's gone above and beyond what we were hoping it was going to deliver to this great championship. Pekka Bagnaia won the first sprint last weekend in Portugal, but Brad Binder coming from 15th. I wonder how he rated his own chance of this. I mean, a lot of people, including myself, I'm not scared to hold my hands up here and say I've written him off. You know, a short 12-lap race with the fast-starting Ducatis as well. Could he come through from 15th and be anywhere near the top 6, to be honest, let alone come through to podium or even win? But do not discount this man. Write Brad Binder off at your peril.
Well, the overriding thought regarding the sprint coming into 2023 was that you better make sure you qualify well over such a short distance. If you don't qualify well, any hope of sprint success is out of the window. Well, also out of the window is any kind of form book or logic for the sprint, because Brad Binder has just launched it as far as the eye could see. The 33, Brad Binder, the Saturday Sprint King in Argentina, taking it in the end, just 700ths of a second the difference between him and Marco Bezzecchi, a fine second. Luca Marini third, Frankie Morbidelli, some respects, if he deserved more than fourth, but his best result so far this season. Alex Marquez was fifth ahead of world champion Pecco Bagnaia. Maverick Vinales in seventh ahead of Jorge Martin, who got Fabio Quartararo on the